Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Man, what the hell is even going on with Manchester City? I mean, I never thought that Manchester City would actually be starting to get this worse. I mean, as of now, I think they have lost, 9 matches in their past 12 matches. That is shambolic performances from Manchester City. And to put that into perspective, City have now lost the same amount of game as they did in their past 108 games. It's crazy how Pep Guardiola and City are literally falling off day by day. Like the way Manchester City are playing right now, they would even make a relegation fighting team look like prime Real Madrid on counterattacks. I mean, how bad can this players actually get? How bad or how worse they can even perform? It's crazy. And no doubt they were against a tough team like Unai Emery's Aston Villa, and they came onto this game with perfect plan to counter City, which I would talk later on though. I would like to speak more on City because I have watched them a lot this season and similarly previous season, and every time it was the same story that City would struggle initially, but they will start to gain momentum and win the title in the end. But it's going for City. Right now, I hardly think they can even make top four. It's like everything is falling apart for City. And right now, if City doesn't fix these problems, they are going to be much bigger mess by literally, and I mean literally out of Champions League next season. Because City needs reinforcement as soon as possible. And in January window, if City doesn't at least bring 3 to 4 players minimum, they are going to have huge troubles. Because from my opinion, I believe they are 4 major problems in Manchester City as of now. First, lack of defensive depth. John Stones can't seem to stay fit forever. I mean, after that incredible Champions League campaign of his, he has literally been struggling to make first team due to amount injuries he suffers. Same could be said to Ruben Dias, as he is also injured. City really needs a center back, and they have to find one because their defense is getting dismantled day in, day out like a prostitute, and it's not even funny anymore. Then second problem is getting right back. No matter what people say, I firmly believe Kyle Walker, mate, grab your stuff and get shipped to Saudi because this guy can't play football. He has forgotten what it means to play football. He is literally a liability. His biggest strength was his recovery pace. But this season, he isn't even able to do that. Manchester City needs a right back, and anyone who believes that Rico Lewis is a right back should see this guy play. Pep Guardiola literally subbed him off because he was getting cooked by Rodgers. Rico. Lewis is more like an interior or a midfielder. He is not a right back by nature. Now, the third problem that I believe is clearly Rodri. He is the piece that's missing. I mean, we all thought that this was about Haaland or De Bruyne or Foden. Hell nah, man. Like, City struggle like this day in, day out makes me believe that Rodri might actually have deserved that Ballon d'Or. Because just look at their state. They are literally falling off. Horrible Manchester City need a ball winner in midfield. They need a Rodri's replacement, no matter what. Because the opposition are bypassing their old-ass midfield, pairing off Kovacic, Bernardo, or Gundogan. Like, they are not even their City. Midfield is non-existence. They are not able to make those challenges or win the ball. They clearly lack even control and composure in that midfield position. And for fourth problem is lack of pure goal scorers. I mean, City is over-dependent on Haaland to score the goal. And when I watch City games, I would be honest, Erling Haaland would be stupid to renew the contract with Manchester City, because if your team are not even feeding you one proper chance in the entire match, then what's the worth of it? Because Haaland gets all the hate and slanders, but people who don't even watch the game don't even know that a striker needs some deliveries. But Manchester City are so stubborn and adamant with their possessions-based playing style. That's it costing them. Like, their wingers are not having end product. They are not able to score enough goals. Manchester City needs to replace Julian Alvarez, you heard it right, because Alvarez used to come in chip in few goals, but they're no one from bench to do that. They need at least winger or another striker to solve their mess. Well, what I believe, are some of Manchester City's problem. If you agree or even disagree, let me know in the comments, because rather than making a review like I usually do, I thought of doing something different, but before moving towards different game, I would like to give Aston Villa their flowers first. Because what a game it was from Aston Villa. I mean, the first half was almost equal, but second half they dominated Manchester City. What game it was from John Duran, scoring a great goal. He even scored another goal, but it was offside. He is really great striker. And Villa will have really tough time on deciding whom to start, Watkins or Duran, because Duran just has something about him that just oozes. Aura, he is crazy. Striker, who has knack for scoring some outrageous goals. Then Euro Tielemans was exceptional today conducting the game. Welland's playing bit higher up the pitch, and his presence in between the lines was a key difference maker. He was brilliant. Then the main guy, Morgan Rogers, what a player is. This guy, I mean, he is so great the way he carries the ball and drives with. It's so hard to take the ball of him. He is so strong on the ball, and his clinicalness in the final thirds is excellent. Overall, great game from Aston Villa. As of now, they are on fifth position with 28 points, with a point ahead of City, as Manchester City are on sixth position with 27 points. And let's switch our attention to next game. Was between Arsenal and Crystal Palace, and Arsenal just smashed Crystal Palace 5-1. And this game alone just told us that this Arsenal is something different. They much MLRE mature and experienced. And I mean, I always said they lack a proper number 9, a goal scorer. But what they have is much fluid team, which doesn't rely on one man to do the job, but the entire team. I mean, look, Gabriel Jesus. This guy was having a bad season, and now 2 matches, he like 5 goals. He could have scored another hat-trick, but he missed a lot of chances in game. But a great game for Arsenal. They were dominant throughout the game. Unfortunately, Saka got injured early on the game, but Arsenal managed to continue their form. And the best thing about them before Arsenal never were able to finish the game. But this game they were able to contain Palace with their defense, and Raya pulling off some of the most incredible saves on consistent basis. But they were able to contain Palace rally of attack, convert their chances, and their clinicalness and efficiency in the final thirds was incredible. Overall, great match from Arsenal as of now. They sit on third spot on the table with 33 points. We will see what happens with Chelsea and Liverpool games tomorrow, but for that's that. Thank you for watching the video. See you in next video.